Coming up on Mountain News this morning, several law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, raided a house in Leslie County on Friday. And police in southern Kentucky are searching for vandals who damaged expensive Christmas decorations. Plus, thanks to technology, counterfeit money is available everywhere. And this weekend, 3 police departments in our region saw firsthand just how abundant it is.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:35 on December 10th. I'm Madison Pergram, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. So if you're just waking up, there is a little rain outside, possibly out your door, so bring the rain boots, but you're also going to want something else. Let's go to Brandon Robinson. Brandon, it's going to chill, it's going to cool down, you say, so people are going to need that bigger jacket, but there also may be some white stuff falling from the sky possibly later today.
Later today, and you better take the jacket even if you don't need it right now because of the warmer temperatures. You said you brought yours, and that was smart because it's going to be cold here pretty soon if the temperature drop continues like it has. Let's take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar first, and you'll see again lots of heavier bands of rain starting to move into parts of Lake Cumberland, Wayne County there, down toward Bell County, Harlan County. Here in Hazard starting to pick up, so the moisture coming back from the south. Visibility an issue, so be careful that anything less than 5 miles, very limited visibility. Temperatures continue to fall. 37 in Danville, 45, Moorhead and Irvin and Somerset this morning, still in the 50s in a lot of the areas. Temperatures below freezing out into parts of western Kentucky right now. Winds are still cranking. They're going to continue to do that all day long, so hold on to your hats, your Christmas decorations, and garbage cans you've got outside. Weather app forecast, we are going to start to slide. We have already started to slide, and we'll continue to slide for a while today until we get down below freezing, and that rain transitions over to snow a little bit later on. The full forecast in just a few minutes. Madison.
Thank you, Brandon. Well, Governor Andy Beshear was sworn in during a private ceremony just after midnight. Inauguration festivities begin later this morning with a breakfast reception at 7:30 and concluding with the inaugural balls in the evening. We'll have live coverage of the public swearing-in ceremony this afternoon at 2 on WYMT and WYMT.com. We'll also have several reporters in Frankfort for team coverage for reports at 4, 5:30, 6, and 11. And the WYMT Food City Mountain Basketball Classic is not just about basketball. Yesterday afternoon, we awarded scholarships to students across eastern Kentucky. We have been doing this since the late 1980s. And in the beginning, we helped just a handful of students each year. And as WYMT's Buddy Forbes shows us, that number is now more than 100.
The Mountain Classic has been a mountain tradition for more than 30 years.
You know, this tournament's always meant a lot to me, and now being on the board and being able to help children in all 3 regions just makes it really worthwhile.
And the scholarship awards, funded by WYMT's community partners, have been helping students for just as long.
Honestly, it surprised me that I was able to receive it. I was up against such highly rated people in my school, and
this year, 114 students were each awarded a $1,000 scholarship at the Mountain Arts Center.
Every dollar counts. I'm not from a very advantaged household, so really just any little bit that I can muster helps, honestly.
Which students say is a blessing, especially in eastern Kentucky.
And all these people I've met here that I don't even know, we all kind of come from the same background.
Where they often feel like the underdogs.
It's a cool thing that they do for the kids of like eastern Kentucky because they don't have much of a chance anyway, so they try to help us out the best we can.
One man who knows all about underdogs, Belfry High School football coach Philip Haywood, served as keynote speaker, encouraging students and parents in attendance.
Find you something you're passionate about as well. Find you something that gives that meaning to you in your life. Something that you can basically get lost in, where you're giving to something that's a little bit bigger than you. And you'll know it when you find it, and keep searching until you do.
To help them succeed as they move toward their dreams. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, many colleges and universities have agreed to match the scholarships for students. And Appalachian Law School announced that it's reserved 2 full scholarships for previous recipients of the Mountain Classic Scholarship. And in West Virginia, a Facebook group started last month by a local veteran is really picking up. Donna Smith started the group Operation Serving Soldiers. Their goal was to send boxes to service members from Mingo and Logan counties who are deployed overseas. Smith knows what it's like to be deployed during the holidays. The National Guard recruiter was deployed when she was 42 while her daughters were finishing high school. While deployed, Smith received a box from her family, and now she's hoping to give that same piece of home to those deployed in her community.
I hope it grows and it touches somebody's heart, because I'm telling you, there is some soldier over there that is not getting a letter, that is not getting a card, that is not getting a gift. The military really takes care of us, but when you get a letter from home, it really touches your heart. You know, those letters from home, those packages from home really mean the
Over 100 boxes filled with donations were mailed out on Monday, and donations from Logan, Mingo, and other counties have made this possible. Smith wants the program to get bigger so more soldiers can get a piece of home thousands of miles away. And police in southern Kentucky are searching for vandals who damaged expensive Christmas decorations. It happened at the City Park in Eubank, where a major event for all the community's children is set for this weekend. Police say the vandals cut the cords of numerous light displays. As WYMT's Phil Pendleton tells us, the fire chief says he fears it will cost hundreds and possibly thousands of dollars to replace what was damaged.
Every year, Christmas in the cabin is something just about everyone in Eubank looks forward to.
So we'll probably have 400 or 500 kids that'll come through there to have free breakfast.
But officials say it also seems like every year, Grinches have their way with some of their decorations.
Probably 500 or 600, 700 foot of rope lights that are totally wasted right now because we don't have stuff to put them back together with.
Chief Norman Rutherford says someone cut the cords to expensive light displays. It follows other vandalism, like someone punching holes in their inflatables.
Because they're bored, or they're just, what's your language? Because, you know, you're just running out of things to do, just killing time.
The vandalism happened 1 week before every child in the community will get a visit from Santa along with a toy. The lights help light up the area for the festive occasion, but this year, maybe not so much.
They cut the cords off of them. They cut the wires in between the lights and stuff, so we got it all put back together. What, $700,000, $800,000 worth of damage, at least?
Police say they're working to identify those responsible. A reward has been offered that leads to arrests.
And we do all this out of donations from the community and from our fundraisers, and, you know, being a volunteer department, that does put a stress on us to have to do this, and we do it for the community.
Despite the damage, officials say every event that is scheduled for this weekend will still take place. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, fire officials say someone also recently vandalized part of the train caboose at the park, but are not sure if there is a connection. And the bomb squad was called in to investigate a suspicious package at Louisville Muhammad Ali Airport Monday morning. Turns out it was a portfolio that was left behind near the Today store that wasn't dangerous. The passengers were surprised by all the commotion. The entire airport was evacuated and all flights were put on hold for a couple of hours until police gave the all clear. And 3 law enforcement agencies found counterfeit money over the last week. The Knox County Sheriff's Office, Bell County Sheriff's Office, and Pineville Police Department all found fake money the last few days. The departments do not see a lot of fake money, but they do tend to see more during the holiday shopping season. They say this is because more cashiers are stressed with long lines and are not as aware as they normally would be.
If we were able to catch the person that brought it in, and charges were filed, the court would most likely order restitution to be paid to that store so that they would get their money back.
Police say if you suspect a bill is fake, jot down a description of both the person who gave it to you as well as their vehicle. And the Leslie County Sheriff's Department and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms are investigating after they found a homemade explosives in a house on Friday. The house is located off Upper Grassy Branch Road in Leslie County. Officials found Kevin Peterson hiding in a hidden room in the house. He is being accused of making the homemade explosive.
We knew the explosives were there before entering. We'd actually started the investigation the day before, and we'd got tips about what was in there. At that point in time, we contacted the Kentucky State Police SRT team and the ATF.
Peterson is being held at the Leslie County Jail.
Forecast on the soggy side this morning could turn to winter later on this afternoon. Lots of heavy rain. We'll zoom in a little bit there. Some of the heavier bands falling toward Monticello out in Wayne County, across through Williamsburg, Middlesboro, Harlan, up toward Hazard, Hindman this morning, even over into Whitesburg. So just be careful and travel light this morning because you are going to see dense fog and low visibility issues. Again, anywhere less than 5 miles, which is basically the entire Kentucky, Virginia, Tennessee border, is limited visibility. Be careful of that. Now down to 39 in Lexington, 37 in Danville, 44 in Irvine. That is a 7-degree drop since we started the morning news at 5 o'clock. 51 in London, 43 down the road in Somerset, still in the 50s here in the eastern county. So that cold air coming in quick this morning. Some spots still, again, warmer than they were this time yesterday, and a lot of spots getting colder by the minute. Your out the door forecast, we are going to feature rain chances early, transitioning over to snow as those temperatures get there below that 34, 35 threshold. And then once we get to 32, it'll transition over to all snow. Madison?
Thank you, Brandon, and thank you for joining Mountain News this morning. Here's a look at what's ahead. Last week, a Lawrence County couple lost everything in a house fire, including a dog they say saved their life.